All righty, it's about 1:38 at Commissioners Court special meeting, August 28th. Now, one of the questions came up about the effectiveness of the posting for this meeting. And since I know it was posted in the courthouse, which is our designated location for posting a meeting. The question came up, that we normally post on our county website as well as a convenience to the public. And we have habitually done this ever since COVID kicked off, and COVID is now hopefully gone. But regardless, the question came about, is this considered to be a legal meeting? So I have at least 3 attorneys here today, and both county attorney, assistant county attorney, and then Ms. Chambers, who's also an attorney, and she is our county clerk. So I'm gonna let y'all argue this out before we ever get started.
Well, it's pretty simple. The party that is responsible for public notices being posted is the county clerk. The county clerk posted it on the bulletin board. It's on our website under official public notices under the official public records. It's been there since the day it went up. It's got a document number. It's, we're hoping to go with the full kiosk thing, so we don't need the bulletin boards anymore by the end of the year. But the only place it has to be officially by law posted is the hallway. And we did that. And it is also on our website under official public notices, which is the official public records for Liberty County. So any other county website that's posting it as a courtesy is not official. That's
But you definitely posted it on yours?
Yes.
Without doubt?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
When Vanessa called me, I double checked it. Yes, it was all done
Yeah, all good then.
according to Hoyle, whatever, according to statute. So it was all done timely. Yes.
Good.
So we have numerous locations, but the main location being the courthouse itself was satisfied.
Courthouse website,
Yeah.
Lee's website.
Lee's website.
We're good.
Yeah. If you go onto the, where you look at deed records and all that, there's a section on public meetings or public notices.
I know
Click on that, it's right there. It's all there. So,
Okay,
You're saying it?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I double checked it. It went up like it's supposed to. Everything worked the way it's supposed to. So, I think that what happened is your office creates a calendar
yes,
on its own as a public service. That's not official. That's not law. That's just them being helpful. And
Yeah.
it doesn't negate
Right.
that we did it
Doesn't
by
change the posted notice. in the
statute, right? Yes, according to open meetings and all of the rules. So we did.
well, hallelujah, that doesn't require a vote.
No, it doesn't.
All righty. Well, we do have a quorum established. Commissioner Whitmire's here, Commissioner Karbowski is here, Commissioner Wilson's by Zoom. Commissioner Arthur is attending a funeral for his aunt in San Antonio at the moment, and he would join us by Zoom, but he is actually a part of the funeral service itself. So, he's doing the eulogy. So, and it's going on right now. So we have 3 here. We have a quorum established. We have business for the court. So let's get moving. Okay. First thing up, let's see, number 1 on the special agenda, County Attorney Matthew Post and Catherine McCarty consider and approve the notice of intent and the core data form to be submitted to the Liberty County's application to TCEQ regarding the Dayton dump. Now, if y'all know, we've taken over the Dayton dump. It's now a county dump, I guess is the right correct terminology for that. So this is another step we have to take in order to get Dayton out of the dump business and Liberty County in the dump business. Okay. Is there anything else y'all need to add to it?
Well, this is not a dump,
Well, it's
transfer station.
transfer station.
Transfer station. And
I mean,
this is for our attorneys to submit along with our application to TCEQ prior to September 1. I was made aware prior to this meeting, immediately prior to this meeting, that the address on one of those forms is incorrect. That's an fix before they are executed by the county judge.
Y'all might want to move a little closer. So Leon, can you hear okay?
Barely, Jay. If they would come up a little bit would help.
Okay.
So is this the last step before we're with TQ or?
Well, that's the application. I don't think that's probably the last formal step we'll have to take. But
Okay.
I don't know if there's any back and forth after that. That's what I'm not sure of.
So
We'll have to wait and see.
yeah.
That,
So regardless, we need to take action on this.
yes,
Yes, okay.
that's correct. Please do.
All right. So what's the court's pleasure?
Make a motion to approve.
Got a motion and a second to approve. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion does carry. Thank you, gentlemen. Number two, this is one that came up. I was asked to consider, and I'm going to give a little background history just for those of y'all that need it. When we set elected official salaries and we had our first version of the budget come out, we were not sure what revenues would be. It's real simple.
Correct.
We're flying blind, but we have to post something. Usually we do it by the end of June. Unfortunately, legislature is in session during this time period. We're not sure what they might vote to approve through the legislature for new state laws and such. And so based on what our best information is, we're going to set a salaries because we need to get it done in a timely manner. And at that time, we decided that everyone across the board, that's employees, that's elected officials, that's everybody, would have a 3% across the board, basically a COLA raise. So that was approved for the elected officials portion back in June at 3%. Since then, we've had more information come in. We found that we were a little better off than we thought. Because if you don't study the budget intently, you don't understand what all is involved in building a budget. It's not just salaries, y'all. It's adding new people. It's adding equipment. It's adding, helping the sheriff's department, helping everybody. So, and Chief Knox, I'm not picking on you because you're here. Okay, that's just what we do. And we stretch the dollar until it reaches as best we can. So when we came back and looked at it again, we found that we had enough to give the employees a 5% raise. So it was asked that we go back and revisit the elected officials' salaries. And this is all the elected officials, not just commissioners court, not me. It's everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody. And we said, yes, if we have adequate time to discuss this, if we have adequate time to do the required postings that we have to have for the paper, and we have adequate time to allow for any grievance issues to arise, to have those settled, then we would go back and look at this. So we found that we were running short on time, and we actually had to get this posted by have a meeting today to get this done in a timely manner in order to have a shot at passing a budget by the end of September, which is our last chance. Okay, we don't like to do it that close, but then again, we were kind of, I can't say any nice, we're a little bit hamstrung by the legislature. And then by the computations coming in through the CAD from the comptroller's office, and then on down to Mr. Brown's office in the county tax office, to where we could get the actual computations toward a not just the budget, but actually the tax rate. So we're there now. And so we're going to go back and revisit this. You know, so the consideration increasing the proposed salary rate for elected officials for the 2024 fiscal year from 3% to 5% is the question under the discussion only for commissioners in number 2. So
I just feel like the 3% was fine when we voted on it. We all voted on, and for all the elected officials, I'm glad that we're able to give the employees the 5% now. But changing the elected officials, their rate from 3 to 5, I think we ought to use that extra money for law enforcement or more hands or pass it on to our hands. I think the elected officials in this county are up to par with the rest of the counties around here.
Let me, Bruce, if you want to, you can waive yours. You can completely waive anything that we propose.
Above what we have elected to, yes, I will.
You can waive anything above what the raise is going to be.
This is open for discussion. Would you like to discuss something?
That's what
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
okay. Okay, Leon, do you have something else you want to add?
Well, you know, if you'll remember a year or two ago, we had discussed it. Our thoughts were that anytime we gave employee raises, that the elected officials would be subject to that amount also. And like you said, and what you indicated, is that we've finally got all our final numbers in, and all the indicators are that we are going to be able to give our employees a 5% pay raise. And with that being said, we should do the same for all elected officials. That's our sheriff, that's our district clerks, that's our county clerks. I can go on and on with all the elected officials.
Okay. Looking back in some history, I just want to clarify a few things. From 2004 until 2015, I don't remember elected officials ever getting a raise.
Mm-mm.
And it wasn't until 2015, I believe, all the elected officials received a raise except for commissioners, county judge, and the county attorney. And then in 2017, I believe the commissioners did vote for a raise for themselves, inclusive with everyone else at that time. And we've been playing a little bit of catch up since then. Had to go back and read a little bit more, but last year there was some significant raises given to some elected officials to get them caught up on the average across the state that we look at. And that's one of the things we look at. I know some of our concerns are attracting qualified persons
Correct.
to run for elected position in any county, but especially in our county. And that to get a salary up to where it's at least in competition with the private sector to folks that have the knowledge and the desire to run has been prudent for everyone to consider. So I know that there were some raises given then, and I don't believe we were a portion of that.
We want.
I had to go back and look again. But then again, we're just trying to get caught back up once again. And that's why this is on the discussion item only today. So Leon, I think, has discussed it well. Bruce discussed it well. David, do you have anything you want to add to it?
Lost employees are getting their 5%.
Okay. There's some other elected officials here. If y'all want to have any discussion, you're more than welcome to. If not,
Well, I'll give you a couple thoughts.
okay.
This is a policy question. I think I always tell y'all this, when it's a policy question, that is y'all's sandbox, not mine.
Yeah.
But I would encourage y'all to take a look beyond the current office holders. Well, the folks we're dealing with in office right now. Don't be thinking about them when you're thinking about salary, thinking about it as a position, as a long-term investment.
Right.
And what's fair. And I would also encourage y'all, I get the impulse to want to lower, especially commissioners, or keep commissioners' salaries low. But I think the history lesson you're given is that we find ourselves behind the 8 ball eventually.
Mhm.
And so if we keep it, raised with the rest of the economy, then we're okay.
Yeah.
I won't get into that big of a bind, because it's you don't want to be in a position where commissioners are paid pennies on the dollar and you're gonna, make millions of dollars investment. So
Right.
anyway, though, yeah.
Well, it comes with the territory. The responsibility comes with the territory. And our county is somewhat unique in the aspect that we have road and bridge commissioners.
Right.
They're not just administrative as they are in Chambers County,
Right.
where all they worry about is just the administrative aspect of that particular office. They have a unit system there where the road and bridge is handled with a central road and bridge administrator, which is their county engineer. And we don't have that here. We have 4 separate road and bridge departments, which is administrated by the county commissioner. So not only are their duties just road and bridge, but it's also the administrative side of making decisions pertinent to the county's operation yearly. So that in itself is a greater responsibility. I'm not arguing for or against. I'm just trying to throw some information out there so folks will understand, what the difference is. And again, this is discussion only. It's not actually the time.
I'm for discussion, Jay. You want to go to item 3?
Just meant Ricky Brown has something to say too.
Okay.
Again, I know this looks like when you take the names out, and you take the positions out, I kind of consider y'all like the board of directors of the corporation. You look at your budget, you look at your revenues, and you determine the percentage of your budget is going to go to salaries and raises. Again, you're not looking at individuals, you're looking at a percentage of your total budget. And it sounds like with the increased values, again, I did the numbers for the tax rate. The values are there that support this increase. And if you're tying the employees with the elected officials, I don't think that's a combination that you just say, whenever they do this, we're going to get that. You're looking at the budget as a whole. And of course, salaries are the biggest part of most budgets. Naturally, just the employees and everything else, but that is the backbone of what makes the thing work. So if you look at it from a percentage and keeping up pace with inflation, keeping up with the Central Appraisal District employees raises that you fund 100%, that goes into your formula. So again, I'm not here stumping for my 2% more. I'll gratefully take it and utilize it. But again, the position, when I came as tax assessor in 2011, I think I was making $60,000 or so. But percentage wise, we went several years with no compensation.
Yeah.
So again, if you build it into your budget rather than building it into individuals, you just step back and look at it and say, we can justify it or not.
Yep.
And,
Okay.
And again, the tax rates support it. Fortunately, the values went up again this year. And again, I was given the proposed rate. It's less than last year.
Yep.
So again, these are things that you will discuss when you determine your rate at your meeting.
Okay.
So all these things go into the mix.
All right. Thank you, Rick.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on to number 3. Consider and approve the proposed salary increase for elected officials for the 2024 fiscal year to be published. Now, this is just for it to be published, okay? So that's the first step. In a newspaper of general circulation within Liberty County for 10 days, as required by section 152.013 of the Texas Local Government Code. Okay, so with that being stated, what is the pleasure of the court?
I make the motion, we approve.
Second.
Okay, you got a motion and a second to approve. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays.
Nay.
We have 2 ayes and 1 nay. We do have quorum established, therefore the measure does pass and it's therefore approved. Is there any further discussion? I mean, well, no further business.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. You got a motion from to adjourn, second from David. All in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
Adjourn? Could you hear?
I would like to know if Commissioner Grabowski is going to accept or not accept the raise. I'd like it on record.
I don't think we voted on it yet, have we?
Yes, we just did.
We just voted on to have it published.
Well, that's going to be a part of doing what needs to be done. What I would like to know, are you going to receive or not receive any part of any raises that comes in? I want it on record.
We still,
No, we're not discussing that right now, Leon. All this.
Okay.
Put
Okay,
it in the paper. Okay. So it is approved to put it in the paper.
yeah.
It's going to run for 10 days and we'll come back and revisit.
all right.
All right. And we are adjourned.
Y'all are adjourned, so.
Yeah.
Turn this thing off.